to our second From the Shack barbecue show. Now, as we're still in lockdown, Elky and I are having to chat today via the interweb. Now, Elky, has this all got a feel of the lockdown barbecue show again?
It has, mate, yes, and I think we need to have a bit of a word with somebody in our marketing department, don't we? Because whoever advised us to change the name from the lockdown barbecue show probably needs firing.
Absolutely. Now, across America today, millions of Americans are celebrating Thanksgiving. But Elky, did you realise that they're also celebrating Thanksgiving in Brazil today?
I didn't know that, no, but now I do know that. I certainly wish I was there. I mean, barbecues, grilled meat on the beach. Oh, get me there.
Wouldn't that be good? Now it's time to take a look at what's coming up in today's show.
Coming up, Elky creates a Thanksgiving Christmas favourite, smoked gammon with a sweet sticky glaze. All the way from San Diego, Greg from Ballistic Burgers will be showing us how to make the most amazing Thanksgiving burger. Neal visits BBQ Barn in Sid Cup and meets its owner, John Whelan. We announce the winners of our What's Cooking competition and launch a new competition where you can win a Kamado Joe Jr. And from the Netherlands, we talk to YouTube barbecue sensation Pitmaster X.
Lots coming up in today's show. Now, Elky, a Kamado Joe Jr. is an amazing competition prize.
It is. It's a great competition. It's a great prize. It's a cracking little grill. Stay tuned till the end of the show and we'll announce all the details of this giveaway.
That's going to be so good. Now, today we've got a Thanksgiving theme running through the show. So let's take a look at how Elky cooks his smoked gammon.
Start it up.
Gammon, a dish popular at Thanksgiving, at Christmas, and for me, throughout the rest of the year. I'm going to show you how I cook my gammon. I don't boil it, I don't soak it first. I literally introduce it to some fire and some smoke with some spices and a nice sweet sticky glaze at the end, and that is it. The key for me is to find yourself a good quality piece of gammon. This is from Philip Warren Butchers. I've been buying my gammon there for some time now. I know they're good and I know they have the perfect level of saltiness without me having to soak it first. Once you put that glaze on at the end, the sweet glaze balances out the saltiness and it results in absolutely perfect ham, gammon, whatever we're going to call it. So this is my gammon. Like I said, if you find yourself a good quality butcher, you can ask them to remove the skin for you, which is exactly what mine has done. I like to remove the skin. If you leave the skin on, you're not going to eat the skin, it's going to be inedible, and obviously all your spices and your glaze is going to be on that skin and you're going to have to remove it. Now you can part cook this, and once the fat starts to render down, you can then remove the skin a lot easier, or just do like I've done, ask my butcher to do it for me. So now we've got just the right amount of fat on here where we can start to build our flavours. So first things first, I like to just give it a coat of mustard, just to give something to the spices to adhere to, so we don't have to go nuts with this. Just a squirt over there, just over the fat, and just rub that all over. Next, I'm going to make a nice basic rub. Just going to go with about half a teaspoon of allspice, similar amount of nutmeg, about half a teaspoon, probably about a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon, and we're going to go in with about a teaspoon of black pepper. So a really nice simple rub with flavours that you maybe associate with Thanksgiving, with Christmas, but like I said, I like to eat it all year round. So we're just going to sprinkle this just over the fat. Just try and get it as even as possible all over that lovely cap of fat. You can of course score the skin in a nice diamond pattern, maybe stud it with some cloves, but this is nice and trussed up, tied up nicely from my butcher. I find we don't need to score the skin, it's going to go on as is. So we've got the rub on there. I'm going to show you how we set up the Kamado Joe. So we've got the Big Joe set up. We've got some unused charcoal from the last cook that we've just shaken off, banked to the back. We've used some fire lighters to get the fire started, open up the top vent and the bottom vent to start to dial in the temperature. And I've got a chunk of cherry wood here. Actually, we may as well call that 2 chunks because it's just come apart. So we've got 2 little chunks of cherry here that we're just going to pop onto that fire. Then we're going to stick the lid back down and we're going to stabilise the temperature at about 150 Celsius, 300 Fahrenheit. And then we go with the gammon into the motor and we're just going to flick that on. Bosh. And now that is going to spin away that usually take around 4 to 5 hours, but we're going to take this off at an internal temperature of about 63 to 65 degrees, but before that we're going to make a glaze. So next time you see me, we're going to be knocking up the glaze, ready to pour over this beautiful gammon.
Start it up.
So here is the fruits of our labour. Beautiful gammon, it's been glazed with that lovely spiced rum and orange glaze. So we're just going to remove it from the rotisserie, and now the hardest bit is allowing it to rest. We're going to let this rest for half an hour, and we're going to pour the rest of the glaze that we made over the top just to finish things off, slice it up and dig in. Oh yes, that is an absolute winner. Like I said, this is a good quality gammon. Get yourself a good quality gammon and you know it's not going to be overly salty. This isn't overly salty at all. It's got just the right amount of salt, balanced by that lovely sweet sticky glaze. That is an absolute winner. So please give this a go. Like I said, not just for Christmas, not just for Thanksgiving. Do these all year round. Experiment with different flavours. You can do it with just mustard and black pepper on. You can do like a maple and honey glaze. The world is your oyster. Get yourself some gammon, get practicing some different glazes and just get it over some smoke. Honestly, you will not be disappointed.
Elky, that gammon looked absolutely amazing. Would you recommend a particular size of gammon to cook on a rotisserie on a barbecue?
My advice, buy the biggest one you can, because once you taste this gammon, you will not want to stop eating it.
Now, each month, we're inviting a barbecue guru to come and cook on the show with us. This month, we've got Greg from Ballistic BBQ, an amazing YouTube channel. He's just created another great YouTube channel called Ballistic Burgers.
It is a cracking channel already, and I've taken so much inspiration from it. Check out this Thanksgiving burger that he's done for us. It's absolutely insane.
So my friends Neal and Elky over at the Barbecue Shack reached out to me and asked me if I would do a Thanksgiving themed burger for their channel, the Barbecue Shack. So they're both great guys, unbelievable content. It's a newer channel, check them out. So yeah, I'm here. I'm gonna do my version of a Thanksgiving burger. I hope you guys enjoy. I have here the meat from 2 turkey breasts that I took off the bone this morning, and we're going to grind it fresh. You can buy white ground turkey or chicken meat anywhere. This is where it is. This is going to have way more flavor. It's going to be way more juicy. It's not going to be as dry as, you know, the white meat. All right, and there we are. Looks good. And one thing you can see in this that you don't really see in the white meat grind is, you know, a nice fat content. All right, we're gonna make those meatballs now for the smash burger. This is going to be a double patty, going fairly thin on the burgers. I'm using the 5mm ballistic smasher. This is almost 6 ounces, so it's still going to be decent size patty. But we're going thin. It's going to be a thin, round patty, but I'm expecting, you know, some shrinkage here. Seinfeld reference. All right, so they're both just under 6 ounces. Now I'm going to change my gloves and do something that's going to freak a few people out. All right, flip the board the other way since I was working with turkey there. Another parchment. I don't know how this is going to work out, but we are going to smash cornbread stuffing on this burger. All right, so on this cook, we're using the kettle. I've got the Craycourt cast iron grates in place, the ballistic griddle. It's all preheated. I have some charcoal on this side with some peanut oil in here. No charcoal over here, keeping the gravy warm. This is literally going to be Thanksgiving on a bun. Let's get cooking. First thing I'm going to do is lay down some duck fat. Push meatball down. Mash it. Second patty down. A little Cajun seasoning. So I have here some skin off of the thighs. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the peanut oil. All right, we'll give these a flip. We'll do that stuffing patty. Turkey skin is done. Just drain. Get this off the heat. Quick toast on the buns. There we go. First patty down. Stuffing patty. Let me see if we can get it off the spatula. Here it goes. Down. Some nice hot turkey gravy. Second patty down. Now as far as this top bun, I'm just going to spray on some spread on. Did I say spray? Spread on some mayo. Get this off to the side, ready. All right, some of you people, again, they're gonna roll your eyes. Don't knock it till you try it. Some cranberry sauce, and this is not the type that's gelatinous, it's got the berries in it. I'm one of those guys when I'm eating Thanksgiving dinner, I grab a piece of turkey, dip it in the mashed potatoes, dip it in some gravy, and then dip it in some of the cranberries. Turkey skin. Top this bad boy. So it looks good, smells good. It's gonna be a big mess, I can already tell you that right now. Let's give this a try. Look at that. It's a mouthful, holy crap. Cheers. This was awesome. This is exactly what I wanted it to be. Thanksgiving in one bite. I'm getting that savory, you know, that turkey meat. And again, I'm glad I went with the dark meat, the thigh meat, so much more flavorful. The stuffing, that cornbread stuffing, I have to have stuffing when I'm having Thanksgiving dinner. Cranberries and the gravy. I mean, it's all just coming together, and it's my Thanksgiving dinner. So I'm really happy to have made this. And thank you, Barbecue Shack, for the suggestion. Wow. Anyway, guys, if you're not subscribed, please do so. Make sure you ring the notification bell. If you liked the video, hope you did, thumb it up. Please stop by the Barbecue Shack and check those guys out. Great guys. It's a newer channel. It's actually their second channel, but you'll see. I mean, you're gonna get what you want when you go to that channel. I mean, it's just the videos are amazing. Yeah, keep the suggestions coming in. See you in the next video. Cheers.
Elky, what a burger. You're going to give it a go?
I think I'm going to have to. I mean, it looked absolutely mouth-watering. Now, I just want to say a big thanks to Greg for sending in the video and also supporting our show. So if you don't already, then head over to Ballistic BBQ and Ballistic Burgers and hit subscribe, because Greg is producing brilliantly consistent content. He's well worth a look. Go and check him out. Now, Neil, you've been on the road again, haven't you? Should we take a look at where you've been?
On From the Shack, we love to support the independent barbecue scene, and today I'm off to Sid Cup to meet a man who turned his passion for outdoor cooking into a successful business. John, what inspired you to open up a barbecue shop?
In 2012, I opened up BBQ Barn in Sid Cup, a specialist barbecue shop for customers to come and get the right advice to talk barbecue, to make sure they're selecting the right barbecue for them and for their family. There's nothing we like more than to talk fire here at the BBQ Barn.
How have you seen the British barbecue scene grow and develop in recent years?
When we first opened, gas barbecues were definitely much stronger in the market than charcoal. Charcoal and smoking have really started to take over in recent years. More and more people want to get that flavour on their food.
How have customers become more adventurous with what they cook?
With the introduction of ceramic barbecues, the ability to be able to cook at low temperatures or high temperatures, the whole temperature control has assisted people in what they can cook now. So you can use a rotisserie on the barbecue at a medium temperature, or you can equally use the barbecue at a low temperature for doing low and slow, but you can select that temperature yourself.
You've recently opened a second shop in Essex. How's it going?
That provided another challenge to us. On March 23rd, lockdown day, we were due to open our store in Neal. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. We did have a big party planned where we were to be there doing a cookout outside, but we will get to do that again. When we did open, the store did very, very well. The locals supported us amazingly. Leigh-on-Sea is full of independent businesses, and thankfully we're now one of them.
How have you changed your product range to deal with customer demands?
Obviously we've brought in lots of different brands, but one of the big changes that over the years is accessories. There are so many accessories now to assist with cooking barbecue. Another area is the charcoals we sell. We've changed and we've tried and tested lots of different charcoals, so we now have a selection of charcoals that suit every barbecue.
What's your favourite thing to cook?
My favourite thing to cook is rotisserie chicken on Weber charcoal barbecue. Put a little bit of butter and tarragon underneath the skin, stick it on the rotisserie. An hour later, you have amazing results.
John, can you tip us off as to some of the new products that are going to be launched next year?
The new Kettle Joe by Kamala Joe, a metal kettle with a ceramic firebox. That's interesting. I can't wait to get my hands on it to try it out. It's coming with a slow roller also, a metal kettle with a slow roller. It's supposed to give us the ultimate ability to smoke. It's going to be interesting. Can't wait to give it a go.
What are your plans for developing BBQ Barn in 2021?
We are planning on opening another store. We're not too sure where yet, so watch out, it could be a town near you.
A big thank you to John and his team for showing us around the brilliant BBQ Barn. Now, Elky, would you like to announce the winners of our What's Cooking competition?
Yes, so I would, yes. So the winner of the best photo, the best cook, was Dinky Ditch Brisket with that fantastic burger. So congratulations. And the winner that we pulled out of the hat was Meat Fire Whiskey, Bill Whelan. So both of you, again, congratulations and enjoy your Thermapen Pros.
Congratulations to both of you. Now, coming up at the end of today's show, Elky will tell you how you can win an amazing Kamado Joe Jr. barbecue. Now, Elky, would you like to introduce today's special guest?
Yeah, so today's special guest is somebody I've been watching his YouTube channel since I first seriously got into barbecue. He's got nearly 500,000 subscribers now, and he's just released a new book. It's Pitmaster X.
Roel, welcome to the show. Roel, you're our first guest from the Netherlands, but I've got to start by asking, where did the name Pitmaster X come from?
Oh man, you start with the tough questions first. That was like around 10 years ago now. This was the time when YouTube came around, and I was just uploading a video, but you had to have like a name or something cool. And I decided, well, I want to do something cool, and I decided Pitmaster X will be a nice name because I didn't have any intention to put my face on the screen. So that will be like an appropriate name. That's what I thought. So yeah, it kind of stuck.
So Roel, or Mr. X, it's an absolute honour to have you on the show. One of the questions I've been dying to ask is this your day job, or do you have a day job?
This is definitely now my day job. Yes, it is. Didn't start out that way, and I wasn't even able to monetize my videos for the first 5 years. But after 5 years, I started making a little bit of money, and now we're getting to the point where where it's really my daytime job, and it's also Morrison his daytime job. So yeah, we're taking this production thing seriously, and we want to make as much content as possible for the audience to enjoy it.
Absolutely living the dream.
Yeah, no time for a daytime job.
No, well, that sounds like the perfect job to me. So your YouTube channel, you've got nearly 500,000 subscribers now, haven't you? When did you first start the channel, and when did you first get into barbecue, I suppose? I
started it in 2000, I think it's 2010. Yeah, it's 2010 in December. And the thing was, like, at that time, we were just recording something on my phone. It was like the first time recording something. It was not just my first YouTube channel. It was just my first smartphone. Most people think these things have been around for ages, but it's not true. It's like only 10 years ago that you could record something with your phone and share it with someone. And then I think the platform YouTube being around by that time for around 5 years, of which 4 years definitely nobody knew about it. And that last year people start to understand, hey, this is a platform that you can watch videos on, but not necessarily understood you can also post something on it. So I was sitting at a birthday party. I still remember that vividly. And I showed people, hey, I made this turkey over Christmas. Look, it's on YouTube, and 50 people watched it, and I was so excited about it, and they just laughed at me, saying like, "Oh man, you're so crazy! Why are you doing that?" And but I enjoyed it, and I just kept on going.
Roel, what are your favourite cuts of meat to cook on the barbecue?
Wow, currently I really enjoy tri-tip. It's one of my favorites. Definitely something. Like for me, it's really difficult to understand that not people enjoy it as much as I do, because people are really into picanha, for instance, because it's just more popular. But for me, comparing tri-tip to picanha, you can do more with tri-tip, and it's just as good, and in certain ways it's better. So it's kind of like it's the ultimate cut. You can put it on the rotisserie, you can smoke it low and slow until you pull it apart. You can have a nice fat cap on top. You can you use it as a roast. It goes for anything. It's the ultimate cut.
You did $1,000 brisket the other day. How was it?
That was really. It's like, did you ever had when you had the original Japanese Wagyu steak? You know, there's like, it's an experience. It's like getting into a Bugatti Veyron, sitting down on the seat. You feel everything. It's like your senses are heightened, and you're like, what's going to happen? And then when you bite into it, it's like nothing else. You can't compare it to a brisket. It's something on its own. It's not a brisket. It's just, it melts in your mouth, but the chunks are just so much bigger. It's insane. It's insane.
I see that you got you had a few comments about the rub, didn't you? The bark. And
Yes.
you're saying why would you put, why would you want the bark on $1,000 piece of brisket?
Yes, that's the best way to fuck it up. Oh, sorry. The best way to mess it up. It's like the way we smoked traditionally in Europe, and you guys know this, but a lot of American people don't, is that if you smoke meat and you have like a hint of smoke, just like a slight smoke ring with a little bit of salt, it just preserves the flavor of the meat, and it boosts the whole thing. But when you put a bark on something, it just takes away a lot of flavor of the meat, and that's okay when you have a cheaper cut. That's typical barbecue. That's how barbecue started. That's masking the bad quality of meat and turning it into something useful. But when you have $1,000 brisket and you put a bark on it, that's a good way to say I don't know what I am talking about. If I see a bark on a $1,000 brisket, you're gonna have a discussion with me. It's gonna be a debate at least.
I wish I could have eaten that brisket with you. Now, do you prefer grilling or low and slow?
Why do I have to choose? Why do you make me choose? Is that even a choice? It's like, I don't know. I don't want to choose. It's like a tool. Both are tools, and I think they can be mixed. And low and slow is like just one thing. If you look at it as a technique, it is less of a technique than grilling. You can do more specific things with grilling than you can do with low and slow. So if I could do only one thing for the rest of my life, I would have to choose the grilling part, but please don't make me choose.
Raul, if that was a tough question, what's your favourite barbecue?
Oh, come on. That is the most asked question, I think. Yeah. But my favorite barbecue is a barbecue that fits your needs. And I think if you get into barbecue, and you guys must feel the same way, one barbecue is not enough. No, it's like, they're like women's shoes. Like, does any woman have only one pair of shoes? No, there are men that have one pair of shoes, and it works fine. But women can't have one pair of shoes because there's an occasion for this and there's an occasion for that. Barbecues are like that. You have to have, for a family dinner, you want to have a nice ceramic grill, perfect results. It's going to turn out absolutely amazing. But if you want to do ribs and you get out your pellet smoker, you just relax, have beer with your friends, watch the game, and pull out the ribs when it's done, you have an awesome day. And a big plancha for getting that crust on meat and doing like a nice big recipes. And every type of grill has its own occasion. Yeah, you gotta have options. Ask your wife. You gotta have options.
This is true. So this year you launched your book, BBQ Magic. It's got obviously about 100 amazing recipes in there. What was the inspiration behind the book?
The inspiration, that's the whole thing. When I started, I didn't really want to make YouTube videos. I wanted to cook a recipe book. That's the first thing that I really set out to do. But that never happened. So it was kind of like a dream in the background. It was just like, it's never going to happen. We'll see. Maybe one day, type of thing that normally doesn't happen. So when Napoleon contacted me and I said, hey, you want to make a book with us? I said, yeah, sure. That's like, yes, it's now or never. Let's do it. But I really wanted to make my own book because Napoleon had a lot of Napoleon books where it's about Napoleon and somebody cooks on the Napoleon. So it's more of something that they sell with grills. And I told him I want to make my own barbecue book. So we made all the recipes. We made all the photos ourselves. We did literally all of the work except afterwards, someone from the publisher, of course, checked on my spelling errors and stuff like that. So all the errors were taken out, but the inexperience of us, of course. But we wanted to have our own book that screams Pitmaster X and doesn't, not just 1 out of 10, but that was the whole idea. And I think we did a nice job. I'm really happy with the outcome, and we're still rolling out. I know we already sold 20,000 copies of the book, so it's doing really well. In the Netherlands, we're already going for the second press. So yeah, and we're rolling out per country. So it's coming. It's coming to even more countries. I know you guys are waiting for it.
We certainly are, yeah. I read that you talk about some of your barbecue secrets in the book. Care to share one or two with us?
Oh, definitely not. I never share my secrets. No.
It's worth a try. It's worth a try.
No, but it's I like to share everything that I learn, because the way I look at it is like everybody learns from someone. And I learned so much from the barbecue community, like the forums and online Facebook groups, stuff like that, that everything that I learned, I would like to give back. So everything that I learn just goes back either into the book or into the video. So I'm giving every time I want to give a secret. So whenever you see something of me, there has to be some value of information in it.
Just not to us now, hey?
No.
Rule, during the summer, you made a weekly podcast with Chef Eric called Fired Up. And in one of your programs, you talked about vegan sausages. Would you like to tell us about it?
If I knew this interview was going to be so tough, I would have never said yes. I don't like vegan processed food. That's my whole thing. It's like, who thinks of, it's like the ultimate waste. It's like something that I really feel strongly about. It's like same like fake hamburgers, fake meat. If you want to be vegan, or you have to be vegan because of your diet, then there are so many great recipes that are vegan. Why trying to make something that it's not? Like the Valais chicken you buy in the supermarkets, you know, the rubbery stuff that's made out of something that I don't understand what it is. But what they do is just go into a factory, put some stuff together, and then make it something that it's not, while you can have this beautiful recipe that's already vegan. It is really bad for the environment. That's step one, because it has extra processing. They have to put a plant down, and they have to put things together. So bad for the environment. It tastes absolutely horrible. So why would you eat it? And in the end, you have so many great alternatives. So to me, it doesn't make sense. And you pay a lot of money for it. So when somebody asks me like, hey, do you like or do you have a vegan option at the barbecue, like a vegan hamburger? It's definitely always no. Look, I made this awesome grilled salad. It's really fantastic. It serves as a meal as well. Please take that, but don't ask me for vegan sausage or vegan hamburger. That's like, that will be a great way to ruin the day.
So there's also a product that you reminded me, actually. There's a product, it's in a carton, and it's just called egg, but it contains about 30 ingredients, and not one of them is from an egg. It's like, yeah. It's just a bottle of pretend egg yolk.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that there are a lot of people that are making a lot of money out of that, but you as the consumer are suffering for it, because you are paying them. It's bad for the environment that you're living in. Why would you eat it? It should have a big stamp in the supermarket: bad for the environment, bad for your wallet. Please go ahead and buy it now. Just like on the package of cigarettes. That's the way I feel about it.
Absolutely, and fair play as well. Now, your YouTube channel has got over 85 million views, I believe, and you've made over 800 videos for it. So where'd you get the ideas for your videos?
Well, today I was walking in a big restaurant wholesaler, and I'm just looking around. Every time I'm looking at new things and thinking like, hey, what's that for? Why would somebody use that? Or What could I do with it? And I just try to tell people the story of the product. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I don't know when this is going live, but we got one coming up. So that's one secret I'm going to give you. We're doing a video on a burger press, a burger machine. And it kind of doesn't make sense, but why do you want to buy it? Because if you see it, you want to buy it. And these are ideas that you get. It's not, if you sit behind your computer, that's not where you get these ideas. Maybe if you watch a video, but you don't want to be copying other people. So you got to walk around, you got to get inspiration, you got to talk to butchers. You know, we had a butcher here with a deer shot locally, and from that whole experience, I got maybe 50 new ideas. Just talk to the guy. What can we do with this cut? What can we do with that cut? How will we process it? How will we prepare it? And these are things, if you talk to people and you think food, and the ideas just flow.
Does the burger press make vegan burgers?
Definitely not. Definitely not. It can surely crush some hands or heads if asked, if need be. But definitely no vegan burgers.
Raul, your studio is your barbecue barn, and this year it seems to have a massive extension. Why did you feel the need to change?
The old studio was at my house, and it was, well, the houses were really close together, and you're still a nice neighbor when you're barbecuing 2 to 3 times a week. But if you're barbecuing every day, it's a bad idea. So 2 years ago, we just decided, well, if we want to continue this, we have to change something, and we would have to maybe look for something that's more rural and doesn't have as much neighbors. So we moved, and of course it was really a bad situation where we had an old barn, old pig stable that we had, but it was in really bad condition. So we just, over the past 2 years, we just built it up step by step. So that's why we now have this really nice big extension. We have a nice indoor studio, and we're still continuing to build more and more into that.
It looks superb. It looks really impressive. It looks huge.
It is huge. That's the first thing when people come over and they say, whoa. They look at the thing like, do you really need that? No, you definitely don't really need that. But it's really nice.
But maybe we'll get to come over one day after COVID and film there with you.
You're welcome. You're welcome anytime.
So, Raul, post-COVID, what are your plans for the future?
Post-COVID, is there such a thing? I'm not sure. I don't know. You know, I'm enjoying this whole COVID thing because everybody's going online. So for me, it is a situation where I enjoy connecting with people all over the world through social media. And I think it's a great way for people to be able to continue what they're doing. Also, I think that now this time, people are staying at home. They feel that, hey, I can't eat only crappy food. I have to take care of myself. So I'm start thinking about getting better quality food in, making it myself, investing in a good quality barbecue since we're not going on holiday or doing anything special, no more expenditure on the weekends. So I think for online barbecue, this is a good thing. Post-COVID, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't want to make plans that far ahead because, hey, this might take another 2 to 3 years. So I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see. I think if you're a true barbecuer, you just live by the day, see what happens, and step by step.
Absolutely. Raul, Pitmaster X, thank you for being a fantastic guest on the show.
Well, you're welcome. It was a lot of fun, hard questions, but I survived. So thank you very much.
Thanks very much, dude. Much appreciated. I'll see you soon.
Elky, Pitmaster X is such an inspiration. So how much would you like to cook $1,000 brisket?
I'd absolutely love to cook $1,000 brisket. I'd also love to head over to the Netherlands and cook in that barn of his. It looks amazing.
It's incredible, isn't it? Now, Elky, the time has come. Would you like to announce this month's competition?
Yeah, let's do it. So this month's competition gives you the chance to win a Kamado Joe Jr. in association with our program sponsor, Kamado Joe. And to enter, it is really simple. Head over to our new channel, BBQ Shack TV, and hit subscribe. Then head over to my Instagram page, @TheSmoking Elk, where you'll find all the rules of entry and the terms and conditions. The competition will run until mid-December. Good luck.
What an amazing competition. Now, that's about it for this month. We'll see you again in December. And a big thanks to our program sponsor, Kamado Joe.
Yeah, and a big thanks from me, guys. And I just want to say it again, please tell your mates about the show. If you like the show, head over to BBQ Shack TV and hit subscribe, because that is where the show is going to be from next year. So BBQ Shack TV, hit subscribe, tell your friends, keep those fires burning, and we'll see you next time.